What's going on, everybody? So I am here in Trieste, Italy. I arrived several days ago from Stockholm, and one of the first things I noticed right when I came here was that there was a complete change in the culture, obviously, right, and in the energy of the place. When I got to Italy, I felt this immediate calming effect, um, like things were starting to slow down, and rightly so because Italy is not as, I would say, advanced as Stockholm. Stockholm was a modern city. It could have been New York City for with a much better with a much better environment because of all the canals. But it was definitely a different pace when I got here to Italy, and it was because of the change in culture and the change of lifestyle. Much slower lifestyle here in Italy than it was in Scandinavia. And with that, I want to share with you just a message or a lesson on just how important and how powerful culture is. My last night in Sweden, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to go out, but I had made some friends there. One guy from Finland, and as we were talking, we also met a girl from Pakistan. And so the girl from Pakistan kind of rounded up the troops. She's like, "Hey, let's go out for a drink." Not really wanting to go out, but wanting to go out just because it was my last night, and I was willing to go out for maybe like a half an hour or so, which ended up turning out to be like an hour and a half. I said, okay. So I joined them outside. I got my friend Joni from Finland. We went outside. We met her. The first bar we went to was closed, so we went to another bar that was open the entire night. When we get there, we were both a little bit surprised to find that she ordered a Diet Coke. That was the drink that she wanted to get, but for her, a Diet Coke, it was just a matter of being social. Going out to bar was just being social. As we started talking further, she had told us that she was from Pakistan. And so one of the first Pakistani that I've ever met in traveling, I was intrigued by that. And when we were kind of inquiring why she wasn't drinking alcohol, she said she had never touched alcohol. In which I replied, well, that's interesting. You had alcohol at the hostel. I gave her this candy called punch, which is a candy roll that contains liquor in it. I had mentioned it to her, but she must not have heard me, as she was a little bit taken aback. But she took it really well, the fact that she had just had her first taste of alcohol and this candy that she really, really enjoyed. As we were talking, she had asked about whether or not I was married, and I told her, no, I was not. She asked why. I was like, well, I haven't found anyone that I feel that way about, but also the lifestyle I have. Like, I love traveling. I love being able to do what I want to do. I like the freedom. When I asked about her, she told me that she was married. And there was this, to give you some context, like there was this heaviness. I could see she's a very, very, very nice and beautiful girl, but there was this heaviness to her. And when she told me about the marriage, she went on to tell me about how like all they do is really argue, and how they probably shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. As she was saying this, I really started to read between the lines, and then I asked the next question. I said, well, was this an arranged marriage? And she obliged, yes. And then it all made sense. And then I asked her again, I was like, then why? Why do it? Like, if you both are unhappy, if neither of you want to be married, why stay married? Like, why not go out and live your own life? She told me that the reason why they didn't want it because neither of them wanted to upset their parents. This was, I couldn't even comprehend because I can't imagine myself in that situation. But yet, at the same time, we all have some influence from the culture, whether it be the area we live or it be our families, which has probably the strongest grip on the actions we take. And so I guess with that, as I say, like, you change your environment, right? You go to a new culture, it's going to change how you approach and how you live in that culture. So it is especially true of that in our family environments and where you live. And the reason I ask is because you're probably already asking yourself the question, well, how is my culture, how are the cultural norms affecting me or impacting my life? And am I okay with that? Am I doing the things that align with my life, the direction I want to take it? And if you are answering that, you're probably asking that. If you're not asking that question. You're likely asking it now. And then I wanted to follow up with this question. Why? Who is it that you have to do these things for? Maybe it is keeping up with the friends this way. No one sees what's going on beneath, or this way you fit in, or maybe it's you don't want to upset parents like my Pakistani friend. And then lastly is what would happen if you made that change, right? It's like the trifecta question. You always have to ask, like, well, what if the opposite were true? How would that change your current reality? Likely you're going to upset people. It's impossible to go through this world without upsetting people, especially those closest to you. But in the end, it is your life, and you only get one. And with that, I'm going to leave it right there. I just want you to ask a different question as to, is the life that you're living one that you're proud of, one that excites you? Because that is my desire for you. And I ask that as I'm sitting here. I could go on roller coasters emotionally up and down, but this last couple days, I'm just looking out there as I'm making my coffee videos. I'm like, man, like this is my life. And but it came, when building this, I got kickback from my family, my friends, like customers. Everybody's saying like, well, wow, you're traveling again? Well, why do you do this? Why do you settle down? But this is how I want to live my life. And realizing that I am living in a way that's in accordance with the desires I have makes me feel good, right? And when I feel out of sync, it's because I'm not acknowledging, I'm not bringing gratitude for the gifts that I get to experience on a daily basis. So that is my intention for you. I hope you guys just take what I'm saying here and use it so that you can start to course correct and develop and create a life that excites you. Hope you enjoyed this. Remember, you only get one life. Live fully, live passionately, and most of all, live now. God bless you guys.